On the debate tonight, just days before the elections, the Model Code of Conduct mocked and blatantly violated, something that's crossing boundaries and happening across political parties. The Model Code of Conduct was violated with Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath's Modi ji ki army comment.
कांग्रेस के लोग आतंकवादियों को बिरयानी खिलाते थे और मोदी जी की सेना आतंकवादियों को गोली और गोला देती है.
Despite a notice from the Election Commission, another union minister from the BJP repeated this dialogue in his campaign speech.
बालकोट के अंदर हमारी मिसाइलों ने, हमारे सुरक्षा बलों ने घुस करके पूरे के पूरे इलाके को तबाह किया और उन आतंकवादियों को भी खत्म किया. दिक्कत ये हुई कि कांग्रेस पार्टी, समाजवादी पार्टी, बहुजन समाज पार्टी सब चिल्लाने लगे कि भाई ये जो है, जो मोदी जी ने घुस करके, मोदी जी की सेना ने घुस करके आतंकवादियों को तबाह किया, उसका सबूत दिखा दो.
Apart from the polarizing speeches, TV channel Namo TV, a biopic on Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and his Mission Shakti address are being blamed of blatantly violating the Moral Code of Conduct.
जो मोदी जी ने कहा है बार बार खुलेपन से, बिना किसी प्रतिबंध के, और उसको सीधा वो उन्होंने जो कहा है वो है हिंदूज के बारे में, हिंदू टेरर शब्द के ऊपर, और सीधा चुनावी फायदे के लिए वोट मांगने या वोट मना करने से उसको लिंक किया है. ये बहुत गंभीर ऑफेंस है.
But it's not just the ruling party that is taking the MCC for granted. Netas cutting across party lines seem to have no fear of the Election Commission. Videos of AIADMK cadre distributing utensils and gifts caught on camera. This was ahead of Deputy Chief Minister O. Pannirselvam's visit to Kudalur of Nilgiri district. Another instance where cab drivers were allegedly forced to stick BJP posters on their cabs. Meanwhile, in Madhya Pradesh, the Congress party was blamed for misusing Rafale ads on its advertisement posters. Samajwadi Party and the BSP were blamed for violating the Moral Code of Conduct and giving its cadres rigging tips.
काफी लोग वोट डालने नहीं जाते हैं, तो ये हमारे मतदाताओं का ये ट्रेनिंग दे रहा हूँ कि मतदाता ये हमारे कार्यकर्ताओं का एक कर्तव्य बनता है कि गांव में जाएं, जो लोग वोट नहीं डाल रहे हैं उनसे पर्ची ले आएं और पर्ची ले आकर अपने वोट डालो.
Mirror now asks, is the Moral Code of Conduct merely a paper tiger? Why aren't Netas following the MCC? Is it time to review the Moral Code of Conduct? Let's debate.
Well, this is obviously a matter of grave concern. There are rules to election campaigning. For example, election campaign speeches shouldn't involve any sort of religious statements. Election campaign speeches shouldn't take credit for the army. And there are certain photographs and campaigns that have to be pre-approved by the Election Commission, otherwise they cannot be used. But it does seem like our politicians across all political parties right now are thumbing their noses at the election campaign mode of conduct. Why is it that they're refusing to take this seriously? Have political parties just decided that a notice from the Election Commission is nothing to worry about anymore? And if this is just the beginning, how bad is this going to get before the end of the election season? On the show with me, Vivek Reddy for the BJP, Ramakant Gaur, who is a lawyer with the Supreme Court, Vandana Singh for the Samajwadi Party, Kingshuk Nag, a senior journalist, Suneet Chopra, spokesperson for the CPIM, and Pallavi Sharma for the Congress Party. I welcome all of you to this conversation. My first question is going to go to Kingshuk Nag, who's a senior journalist. Mr. Nag, thank you for joining us. Obviously, if we look at all of the evidence right now that's been collected across the country, from biopics to series to special television channels that have popped out of nowhere, speeches that are in violation of the code, it almost seems like politicians are no longer afraid of the Election Commission at all. Why do you think we've seen this massive turn this time?
Yes, they are not afraid of the election commission because the election commission is not the election commission of the time of T.N. Session or J.M. Lingdo. All of them were IAS officers. Even the current chief election commissioner is an IAS officer, but obviously he does not have so much spine, and therefore we can feel that he is not so effective. You go back to the time of T.N. Session, and I remember that I was also a victim because the government had set up a telephone advisory committee for Delhi, and I was not linked with a political party, but Mr. T.N. Session said, scrap this committee. So he used to rule with a strong hand, and today you have got an election commission, and even the time of Mr. Lingdo it was very strong, but now you have the time of Mr. Arora. Unfortunately, though all of them are IAS officers, he is very ineffective for reasons not known to me. And therefore, this is the state of supervision of the elections, and I'm sorry, things have to improve. Otherwise, the
But how would
democracy
they
that we have,
improve,
the election system will go to
Mr.
the
Nag?
dogs.
The Election Commission has sent out notices.
The election commission should take serious action on some of the notices, and serious action which is seen by everybody, and they are damn scared. But I think most of the notices are being issued and the answers given, but no action is being taken on the political parties. Therefore, the political parties are emboldened to continue what they are doing. And even it is a very high official, even if it's the Prime Minister, the election commission should have the spunk to ensure that action is taken, which is not happening. That's the problem. That's what I think.
Well, I have a question for, yes, go ahead, please. Okay, Mr. Ramakant Gaur, when Mr. Kingshuk Nag says the Election Commission must take strict action against politicians and political parties, what sort of action does the law allow the Election Commission to take while there is an election season on right now? Other than sending notices, what else can be done?
See, Election Commission can invalidate the candidature of the person who is violating the law. Here, in the parlance of power, we are witnessing the violation of law is something which is happening every single day and is being committed by everyone. So the law is being taken for a ride. Election Commission has rendered itself as a toothless body. With all great respect, though it is a constitutional body, but when there is a rampant violation of law being witnessed by a normal citizen, what is it doing to prevent the model code of conduct, the guidelines, and more particularly, I'm concerned with the violation of law of the land. See, model code of conduct may be guidelines, but when they are in sync with the law of the land, then it is important for us. And this is important not only for the Election Commission, it is important for all constitutional bodies to protect. Because if we do not protect this open violation of law, then the democracy is endangered. If you look at the general model code of conduct, first guideline is that nobody would create mutual hatred. It is being violated. Nobody would criticize somebody apart from on the grounds of policies, program, and past records. Nobody would appeal the caste or creed. Every violation is being witnessed today. And bigger than that, black money is openly flouted. Black money related law is flouted openly. Section 40 clause 3 of Income Tax Act says, and which is in sync with Article 324 of Constitution of India, that no political party will spend more than 10,000 in cash. But what is happening is utensils are being distributed, flags, posts and other vehicles are being conveyed, and every expenditure is being done in cash. So black money is being floated here. what is being done by the constitutional mechanism of the country? That's a serious question.
In fact, I want to ask the politicians these questions. Vandana Singh joins us of the Samajwadi Party. Vandana ji, Mr. R.R. Bansal of the Samajwadi Party, while campaigning in Madhya Pradesh, has said, and I quote, ये हमारी कार्यकर्ताओं की कर्तव्य बनता है कि गांव में जाए और जो लोग वोट नहीं डाल रहे उनसे पर्ची ले ले और उनके पर्ची पे वोट डालो. Is he encouraging people to commit voter fraud? And how is this okay by your party? What action has your party taken against this individual?
Look, no party or individual is above the law. Having said that, I was just listening to all my panelists here. Are we saying that the Election Commission is completely incapacitated? And if so, then what are they doing? No individual or party can justify crossing the red lights of the code of conduct. But it is also true that in the heat of election ring, red lights are often gets crossed by all the parties. What is important is that the EC works as an impartial body as envisaged in the constitution and conduct the election as per the law. That is more important. And as far as that our party person who you were mentioning, maybe he was just trying to encourage the voters to come out and vote, and he was telling his our party fellows that please go and get our voters out to vote for us. But I'm not justifying any of these conducts. So much so that even our Prime Minister has violated the code of conduct. Our governor has violated. So, I mean, if we are talking about political parties, these people are very insignificant in front of the governor and the Prime Minister.
No, Miss Singh, Miss Singh, let me ask you this question again, and I'll read the quote out one more time. जो लोग वोट नहीं डाल रहे हैं, उनसे पर्ची ले आए और उनके पर्ची लेकर वोट डालो. Do you believe, or does the Samajwadi Party believe that this is okay?
That's what as I said to you earlier, Faizi, I do not justify such kind of conduct, especially this is now a festival of democracy. People are going to go and vote for, vote for the democracy. So I don't believe in this. I'm not justifying any party, any individual, any leader who violates the code of conduct. There should be, I'm sure, the leader of the party, our party president, has cautioned him and warned him not to do such acts.
You are sure it has happened, or are you telling us it has happened?
No, I'm sure. I'm sure Akhilesh Yadav ji has ticked him off. After all, end of the day, he's the party president. And there is something called morality and ethics.
Mr. Kingshuk Nag, are you satisfied with that answer?
No, I am not satisfied with her answer at all.
I can't hear you very well.
Strong action has to be taken if the party chief believes that the fellow has committed. I think the party chief has to.
Then, if we're talking about actions,
decisively show
are we going
that
to
he
take
believes
any actions for all the BJP leaders who have violated the code of conduct? Are we going to take actions against all the BJP leaders, including the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh and the Governor of Rajasthan? Are we doing that? There's not one party you can hold accountable. Let's discuss then in a public forum, and everybody should be brought in.
Don't forget that in 1975, Mrs.
So how
Gandhi
is your
was the
party
Prime Minister
better
of the country, and after.
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Nag.
I can't hear anything.
So sound. I was saying that the political party's chief has to demonstrate that he believes in this policy, and he should ask disqualify those persons. In the good old days, actually the law was no weaker,
What makes you
but action
believe
was
that he is
stronger.
not
For instance, in
demonstrated?
1975,
It doesn't
no less
have
than
to
the
be in the public forum, Mr. Nath. He has.
Just let
Ms.
me
Vandana
complete.
Singh,
I was
please allow
saying
the
that
panelists to
in the
finish
good old
speaking
days, the
before
laws
yielding
were
back.
not there, but the action. In 1975, as you know, the Prime Minister of the country, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, was disqualified after she was found to have taken recourse to an electoral practice which was found to be illegal. So in the good old days, there was no model code of conduct, but still action could be taken as the Prime Minister, action was taken against the Prime Minister.
I'm
It's a
glad
different
you're
matter that
mentioning
she
that.
bypassed everything and put emergency. But the fact was that the law was stronger. But
Okay,
now
let
today
me
we
open
have
this
got
up to
this
the rest
election
of the
commission
rest
which
of
is
the
nothing.
panel right now.
Sorry, I am a voter of this country.
Yes,
That's
let me
exactly what I
open
said,
this up.
Mr.
Pallavi
Nath. What
Sharma of
makes
the
you
Congress
believe that
joins us.
our
Pallavi
party
Sharma
leader has
and
not taken any action?
Oh, all right, one second. Because no action has been reported missing, that's why if the party had taken action, then we should have been reported, and we should have found out what action there was taken. And since you haven't reported it, it's not in the public domain. There is no evidence of this action.
And in front of the TV channels, Ms. Faye.
So for as long as it's not in public domain, as far as we are concerned, there is no action.
Even if the party leader takes an action,
no, it must be in front of the channels all the time. Then tell us what action he has taken. What action has he taken? How do we know what action he's taken if he hasn't reported it? As far as we're concerned, no action has been taken because we have no evidence of that action. Pallavi Sharma, we're going party by party, and there is a list against every party. So as with regards to the Congress party, there are several complaints that have been filed. Spokesperson Pawan Khera in a television debate said M for Masood, O for Osama, D for Dawood, and I for ISIS. Rahul Gandhi has been, has a complaint against him for referring to party chief Amit Shah as murder accused in a rally. Shashi Tharoor used the English and Malayalam editions of the covers of his books without clearance of the Election Commission, in which it says, "Why I am a Hindu." Digvijay Singh has a complaint against him as well. What action is the Congress party taking against its own people who have violated the Model Code of Conduct?
First and foremost, I think there's a categorical difference between violating the model code of conduct and attacking political parties when it comes to election campaigns. All those complaints that you've mentioned, what happened in a debate show, or Mr. Tharoor's book, Why I'm a Hindu, which was released much before the elections were announced. The BJP can go on making complaints n number of times they want, but the truth is they don't stand legal ground on those complaints. Now, the Congress party ourselves, we've submitted 17 memorandums to the Election Commission of India. All of those blatant violations and glaring omissions to abide by the model code of conduct by the BJP are in public domain. We are not quoting such small instances like the BJP have done, which amount to, speaking against the opposition party. We've quoted instances like railway cups where you found railway cups in trains carrying the logo of Narendra Modi and with his picture. We reported against petrol pump where banners were put up of Narendra Modi still. To be fair, the Election Commission did take action against all of these. The cups were asked to be stopped in the railway trains. The banners were removed from the petrol pumps, but we made 4 direct complaints against the Prime Minister himself, on which no action has been taken at all. And it seems the Election Commission goes into some kind of slumber or into some kind of hiding when it comes to take action and stand face to face with the Prime Minister of the country. Even against Amit Shah, they've not taken action, and against Amit Shah, the offence is very blatant. He has committed an act of perjury. The affidavit that he's supposed to file under Section 75 of the Representation of Peoples Act 1951, he has not disclosed the assets and liabilities that he's supposed to disclose. He has apparently taken a loan from bank which is worth 25 crores for his son's company, and he has not disclosed that in his affidavit. He has undervalued his own property, which is a plot in Gandhinagar, which which is equivalent to 65 lakhs, and he says the value of which is only 25 lakhs. We brought it to the Election Commission's notice today. We've submitted this memorandum today, and we would want them to disqualify Amit Shah as soon as possible, because this has even happened in 2017 when he was filing for the Rajya Sabha. He did not then also disclose certain assets and liabilities in his affidavit. He seems to have become an habitual offender because the Election Commission did not take action against him even back then. So such blatant abuse of power and such glaring omissions in following the model code of conduct is completely unprecedented, Faye.
Vivek Reddy joins us of the BJP. Vivek Reddy, let me just point out the various complaints that have gone up against the BJP. Yogi Adityanath saying Modi ji ki sena, Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi saying Modi ji ki sena ghus ghus ke marenge. Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister himself, using the words Hindu, Hindu terror 13 times in one speech, where we know that you're not allowed to make political, you're not allowed to make religious comments. And it goes on and on. The cups in the railways, the biopic, the petrol pumps, the series that is being released right now,
TV,
and the television channel that has popped up on everybody's TVs without any clear indication of who owns it and what licenses it has received from the INB ministry. Where is the justification for flouting the code of conduct so many times?
And most importantly, Faye, the cash for votes in Arunachal Pradesh.
Vivek Reddy, please.
Pallavi Singh said, yes, I'll just clarify on what Pallavi Singh said regarding the affidavit of Amit Shah, because let me clear the air. She is making certain allegations against our national president. Yes. Let me tell you that whenever an affidavit under section, Pallavi Sharma, sorry, whenever an affidavit is filed disclosing the valuations and disclosing the assets, the HUF and the various immobile and movable properties of a candidate, all these assets are put up and hosted on the website of the Election Commission. This is one. The second thing is, if any of the columns are unfilled, the candidate is liable for disqualification. Now, so regarding valuations, there could be so many views regarding the candidate's properties and his valuations. And if there is a dispute regarding non-disclosure of certain assets, these are not issues that can be taken up by the returning officer. These are not model code violations. There are Supreme Court judgments to this effect. If at all the Congress says that look here, in the Rajya Sabha elections he has not disclosed it properly, then the Congress should have filed an election petition and challenged it and said that look here, there is no adequate disclosure. But unfortunately the Congress does not take any legal action, and it comes whenever the election pitch has gone to the highest. That is when it comes and says there is that and there is this, and all these are very minute
Vivek Reddy,
and
Vivek Reddy, I will ask Pallavi Sharma for a specific answer.
Second thing, yes,
but I have specific questions for you. 1 second.
Yes.
1 second, Vivek Reddy.
Yes.
The Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the 1st of April campaigning in Wardha used the word Hindu and Hindu terror 13 times in one speech. Hindu 8 times, Hindu terror 5 times. Now this is in clear violation of the code. Why is he doing this?
Well, let me tell you, Faye, this is an election issue. Whenever you are aware that the word Hindu terror has been coined during the Congress regime in pursuance of Samjhauta Express Blast, and the entire case was tried and they were acquitted. There were also rumors, very serious rumors, that Asima Anand, who was one of the prime accused in that case, was tutored to give evidence, or was tutored
don't go
to
into the details of the case, Vivek Reddy.
And these confessions were the basis.
The conversation.
All right. I'm not going into the details. But what I'm telling is,
to talk about religion, the Prime Minister said very clearly, Rahul Gandhi is afraid of Hindus and he's afraid of Hindu anger, and he's going to Wayanad because Wayanad is a Hindu minority constituency. This is in clear violation of the code. Why was this done?
Now, so far as the word Hindu terror is concerned, I will tell you both of these. So far, we have two objections here. One, usage of the word Hindu terror. Now, this word has been used by the Congress. The Prime Minister is setting right the record and said that Hindus have never been identified with terror. It was a Congress concoction, the Congress creation. And it is right that in an enlightened democracy, these issues are debated. It is good also.
Do you believe that this is not in violation of the code?
He has only said that.
To ask whether people are having their blood, is your blood boiling today? Are Hindus angry? Is this not in violation of the code, Vivek Reddy? Is it not in violation of the code?
It is not in violation
yes or no?
of the code, Faye, because in an enlightened democracy, let me tell you, do you say that Hindus can be cornered? They can be said that there is Hindu terror. Can you identify terror?
I don't say any of this. I'm focusing on the
one hand
code.
you can say
now tell me this.
That can exist.
Saying
on
that
the
you
other
want
hand,
to go to a place which is a Hindu minority because the Hindus are angry, is that not in violation of the code?
What is wrong in the Prime Minister saying that there is nothing called Hindu terror? What is wrong in Prime Minister saying that? Somebody has to come and clear the air. And who is a better person than the Prime Minister to say that
so
there
Vivek
is no
Reddy
such
saying that all Hindus are angry.
The second issue is what you are saying about the minority. Absolutely, they are angry. It catches the pulse and the akrosh of the Hindus. It catches the pulse and akrosh. And it has to be brought out. Do you think Hindus are punch bags who can, any words can be used against them and we shouldn't reply at all? And they should just keep quiet because it's a model code of conduct. If you are making accusations against the Hindus, if people are making accusations, certain sections are making the accusations against Hindus, including Congress in the UPA 2 regime, there is every right to answer that. And to answer and say that this is wrong. And that certain persons, the majority is being targeted and nailed for terror. Shouldn't that be answered? Isn't there a right from the people of the community? And shouldn't the people of the community be angered at this? Who are we? I mean, are we not? We are sensitive human beings also.
Well,
we have
let me actually
dislikes. We are not
all right, so let me get a counter view. Ramakant Gaur,
so there is every
Vivek Reddy wants to know what is wrong in this. What do you believe? Do you believe this is okay? Is there something wrong with this? Ramakant Gaur.
I think Vivek Reddy knows the word Hindu. He has not read the Constitution. The preamble of the Constitution clarifies the air. I need not to say something on this. Whether it is Hindu, Muslim or any human being, you are categorizing them. You being politico are categorizing. They are living in harmony. You are trying to cause hatred, which is violation of model code of conduct. And this is apparent on the face of record. You are bad. You are missing the facts. You are violating the law. And you are preferring to hammer the table now. Because you have nothing to offer. There is no explanation or face question. If there is the word Hindu, you use that, that is in violation of clause 1 of model code of conduct. You are creating hatred by using the word.
It falls follow the model code of conduct.
Mr. Vivek, nobody obstructed you when you were speaking.
Please go ahead.
Okay, all right. Let me just read out the code. Gentlemen, 1 second. This is what the code... Gentlemen, give me a moment, please. Give me a moment. All right. All right, 1 second. Gentlemen, calm down. Let me just read out the code. This is the code for 2019 elections released by the Election Commission, after which I'll go to Mr. Chopra for a comment. This is what the code says. Political parties and candidates must cease from acting in any way that might exacerbate existing differences or create some kind of tension or mutual hatred between castes, communities, linguistic groups, and religions. Number 2, any criticism to other political parties must be restricted to their programs and policies, past performance and work. No party or candidate can indulge in criticizing any aspect of private life that is in no way connected to the leader's work or public activities. Also, no criticism is to be made based on unsubstantiated allegations or distortion. 3, no party can appeal to the caste or communal feelings of voters. For the purpose of election propaganda, no place of worship, religious places like mosques, churches or temples are to be used. All parties and candidates must refrain from acts of corruption like bribing voters, conducting meetings within 48 hours of polls, and so on. The right of every individual to enjoy peaceful domestic life must be respected. Mr. Chopra, I will ask you about one violation in your party, but your response to Vivek Reddy's argument right now.
I think Mr. Vivek Reddy has gone beyond the pale. What the Rajasthan governor has done, what the UP chief minister has done, what the prime minister has done is a total violation of Indian democracy. And when the governing party does this kind of thing, then everybody feels that the law has broken down and the election is ultra vires, beyond the law. And that, I think, is very bad before the election, because you can expect the same things afterwards. As you know, 180 lakhs was found in Arunachal Pradesh in the procession of the chief minister. I mean, what is happening? Where is the law? Where is the question of our constitution?
Please don't mislead, sir. Please be correct on the facts. It is not the chief minister.
It is the chief minister's
the money.
Please be correct on the facts.
Can I come in, Ms. Faye?
It is not the chief minister. It is an ex-BJP MLA. It is not the chief minister.
No, it was
Okay,
the
Mr.
chief
Vivek
minister's
Reddy,
convoy. No,
two
it was the chief
statements
minister's
by
convoy.
party members.
MLA, it was the chief minister's convoy.
Okay.
It's
Yes.
the chief minister's
All right,
convoy.
Vivek Reddy, answer this.
BJP
For
MLA's
the
car
party
which
to
was
make
parked.
two statements
It was
saying
parked at a
Modi ji
certain
ki
place.
Sena. One second, Mr. Reddy. Mr. Reddy, Mr. Reddy.
Yes.
Mr. Adityanath, Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, made a statement saying Modi ji ke Sena, which he is not allowed to do. He was sent a notice. Immediately after that, after the notice was sent out, Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi said Modi ji ki Sena. Is there a deliberate attempt to violate the code here?
Not at all. Faye, look at it this way. See, certain imageries are used, certain allegories are used. You know, words have meanings. You cannot take them literally. If you take them literally, then it's bound to fall out of the code of conduct.
Vivek Reddy, that's a very dangerous thing for a lawyer to say. That words should not be taken literally.
Let me just allow me to complete. When you
See,
make
can
a
I please
reference
come
to
in?
that, it is not Modi's personal Sena at all. It is not Modi's personal Sena at all. I mean, we should have the
Then why do you say it?
the understanding of people. You must try to see how it is understood by people at the ground level. People understand it in a different sense.
No,
But
we
unfortunately,
understood it-
we want
we
to
understood
understand
it
it in
in
a
the most
manner
derogatory
it violates
form,
the
Mr.
code.
Reddy.
That is
They
not wrong.
The words don't
Not
say
at all.
that.
That is because you are Congress.
The
That is
words
because you are
don't say
Congress.
that.
Congress wants to understand us always in a derogatory manner. Congress
all right.
understood
Say, can
Hindus
I
in a
please come
derogatory
in?
manner. What else?
Okay, one second.
It is not new with the Congress.
Say, can I
One
please
second,
It is not
one
something
second,
new
one
with the
second.
Congress. But the point is
Let me.
this.
All right,
This is
stop
used
shouting.
as an
Stop
imagery.
shouting.
What is an imagery?
Mr.
An imagery is. that,
Okay, it's
look
used
here,
as imagery.
one
That's
second,
your
let me just
justification.
An imagery is.
Can I
Allow
please
me to
come in for
complete my
20
explanation.
seconds?
Then please.
What
pose
is the
questions.
imagery? Explain it to us.
Yes. An imagery is that, look here, this is the army that has done the job. This is the decision of the army that has competently exercised and shown Pakistan a lesson. To say Modi ji Sena does not mean his personal army at all. To say Modi ji Sena does not mean it is Modi's personal army.
Okay.
What is meant to be stated is that, look here, today
Okay.
India has a Sena which is strong enough to give an answer, and that Sena and the decisions
But
taken
you
on
are
that
trying to take
is
the
by a
credit
responsible
for
person.
army.
That is all.
Okay, all right. So let me go to someone
Well,
who
who
does
took the
not
decision?
have a party affiliation.
But
Mr.
who
Kinshuk
took
Nag is a journalist.
Who
Mr.
took the
Nag,
decision?
one second, stop shouting.
Ultimately, who
No,
takes
everybody
the
take a
decision?
deep breath.
Our
Stop
commander-in-chief.
shouting. Stop shouting. You will not violate the code on this show. Okay, just give me Mr. Nag, please. Mr. Nag, here's my question to you. The Election Commission had said very clearly that political parties are not to take credit for the work done by the army, because the army doesn't work for a political party. The army serves the country, and the political parties are not to use the army for political gain. So you had Adityanath of Uttar Pradesh make the statement, after which Mr. Naqvi made the statement again. Do you agree with Vivek Reddy's justification that this was basically imagery and words should not be taken literally?
Partly I agree with him because I think they were meaning it as imaginary, but it violated the Election Commission Code of Conduct because the Election Commission had set up such a code, and as Chief Minister of UP and as whatever of UP, these two gentlemen should have known what the Code of Conduct is. They were speaking at an election rally, but they know there is a Code of Conduct, so they should not speak like that. However, I agree with Vivek Reddy that the purpose was not to, and when he said Modi ji ki Sena, probably he meant Modi's army, India's army. But they should have taken cognizance of the fact that there is a code of conduct and you must follow the code of conduct and you can't just say anything, any rabble-rousing anywhere. However, the intent may not have been bad. So in that sense, I agree partly with Vivek Reddy, but the fact is that as Chief Minister of UP, he should follow the code of conduct and follow the law, and he has no way of saying that I didn't mean it.
Well, Vivek Reddy, last question to you is about Namo TV, a 24-hour channel that bears the Prime Minister's name. Has there been any sort of indication right now from who funded this television channel, where it came from, if it has clearances from the Election Commission and from the INB Ministry, Vivek Reddy? Who does this channel belong to?
Well, Faye, I really don't have information regarding that. And we have no kind of information on the license protocols. I think the Election Commission is seized of the issue and it has asked, one second, let me just finish, sir. And it has asked the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting to justify regarding the licenses. But the issue that I would like to put into perspective is in a very narrow compass, Faye. The issue is that all along all these elections, we have been having various TVs that have been propagating political leaders, such as Jaya TV for Jayalalitha, Sun TV for DMK, and various TVs in Andhra Pradesh propagating political leaders, and it was their owned channels, remember. And also Kasturi TV in Karnataka propagating Kumaraswamy. So there are various political channels. Have these political channels been stopped during previous elections? They have continued bombarding names of their, propagating their leaders.
Wrongs don't make
and the
right.
Election Commission has not interfered and nobody has questioned it as a violation of code of conduct.
No, one
so
second.
therefore
Let me
today,
just speak with
to say that if Namo TV has brought out certain issues, well, let me just finish. If Namo TV has brought out certain issues regarding the work of Narendra Modi, his speeches, his current activities, his previous work, I think it is essential in a democracy. And it is essential for the goodness of fair speech and expression, free speech and expression, that these ideas reach the people so that they can make an informed decision. And the content is positive.
Okay,
the content is not negative.
Fair enough.
It does not reach out against any person.
1 second.
All that the content shows is, these are my achievements.
No, 1 second.
Kindly look at it.
Mr. Reddy, you... Quite right, you said the content does not hit out at anyone. 10 minutes ago, you were justifying content that does hit out at other people. But, like you said rightly, Jaya TV and Kasturi TV and other examples in the South, it is very obvious who owns these channels. 1 second, let me ask the question. No, I heard your answer. Do me the courtesy of listening to my question. You, like you said yourself, Jaya TV and Kasturi TV and other channels in the South, we know who owns the channel. We know who's funding the channel, and as audience members, you're treating our intelligence with enough respect to say this is a channel funded by a political party about a political party. So then the audience can decide how seriously it wants to take the information on that channel. In this particular case, no one seems to know where the channel came from. Where did it get its downlinking rights? Why is it on every single DTH provider and in everybody's television sets right now? Where did it get its license? Now, in the business, I can tell you that you have to have very strict licenses from the government of India in order to launch a channel. And those licenses have to be submitted to the DTH service providers in order to have this channel carried at all. My problem and my question here is, who owns this channel? Why is that not public information? And why are its licenses not public information? Why has the INB Ministry been quiet on this?
So why are we saying that it is not public information? If anybody applies under Right to Information Act, they will get these answers. And the Information and Broadcasting Ministry also will have to answer to the Election Commission regarding all these issues. But the point is that what is the content? The content is the truth. If truth is the content, what is wrong in it reaching the people? This is harmless information. Are we carrying any information which violates the model code of conduct, or are we carrying any information which violates any law? The content that is carried is the achievements of Modi ji. If those achievements reach the houses of people, why is the opposition alarmed? Why are they running helter and skelter? What is wrong? Why don't they show their own achievements? It is allowed. They could also propagate it. They could also buy TV time. They could get it approved. All these questions have answers. I don't know why the opposition is just running away.
Okay, so fair enough.
Are they afraid of Modi's
question,
achievements?
Vivek Reddy.
That is all that is going in the
Last
feed
question,
alive.
Vivek Reddy. Like you said quite
No
rightly.
more channel
One
is
second,
not
one second.
approved.
One more
No,
question.
Fish,
Allow me
should
to
we
answer.
ask him
one more
about
question.
Mr.
Please
VK Singh's
ask
comment?
me one
Mr.
more
VK
question.
Singh categorically
One second. Pallavi Sharma, I'll come to you.
100 notices.
One second. Just allow me to speak with Vivek Reddy, please. Okay, Vivek Reddy, here's the question. You said the content is true.
Yes.
And if the
Faith.
other opposition parties want to buy up television time and put up their notice, put up their achievements, they should do so. Which brings me to the next question. Is this television channel advertising? Is it news? Is it fiction? Is it non-fiction? What is the category of this television channel? Because you have to get your licenses accordingly and you are slotted accordingly. Now, which of it is it? Is it news? Is it advertisement? Or is it fiction? And based on that, did it get approvals from the Election Commission? Because all advertisements have to get approvals from the Election Commission. And the Election Commission obviously did not know about this channel because they have sent out a notice right now. So what is the category that this channel occupies?
Well, I am not the owner of the channel to mention. I am only here to tell you that, look here, this is the effect. These are the effects. The opposition is running away from this. They are
if you're
opposing
not the owner of the channel, why are you defending it so much? Because you obviously have none of the information that's necessary.
But Faith,
then why are you defending this channel?
Well, that is because there is nothing
So why are you
wrong in
defending
taking
it
the
then?
content of Narendra Modi.
You don't have
There
the
is nothing
information.
wrong in
Why are you
taking
defending
the content
it?
of Modi. The channel
I just
is
gave
taking
you
the
a
content
series
Modi.
of problems in the licensing.
For example, there are so many local channels.
Is
There
it
is nothing wrong.
news or
There
is it
nothing
general
wrong.
entertainment?
I approve so many channels today in India. Do I see the ownership? I approve so many channels in India today. Do I look behind and see who is the owner and approve it? I don't have that behavior. I just see the content and I say yes.
When you say you approve so many channels, on what capacity?
I am not concerned about who's the owner.
No, when you say approve, in what capacity are you referring to this approval?
As a person who likes the content, as a person who likes the content, as a viewer. Today I am looking at it as a viewer and as a BJP supporter, as a BJP man, I approve it. What is wrong? I have to know the ownership of every TV channel in India.
You don't believe the Indian audience has the right to that information?
Look at it in such a manner.
All of the ownership of the TV channels in India is public information, Mr. Reddy.
Well, people have a right.
Because you don't want that information doesn't mean the rest of the citizens don't have the right to that information.
You are right. People have a right. No, you are right. I am not saying that others may not be interested, but it is up to them to take that information. Those who are interested can take that information. It is not that this information is not available. I may not want it. You are right, Faye. But those who want it can look at it. Nothing. There is no prohibition to look at it.
I just want to go back to Ramakant Gaur on the matter of the television channel. Just one moment.
Just a small
Ramakant Gaur,
there is also
one second. Oh, sorry. All right, Vivek Reddy, I've given you more than your fair share of time. Let me bring in the rest of the panel. Ramakant Gaur, as a lawyer, there are questions here missing about the category that this channel occupies. About the licenses that have been given to it by the INV ministry. It's downlink licenses. It's being carried by DTH operators without information that has been provided to viewers. We don't know who's funding it and who owns it, whether it is advertising, whether it is general entertainment, or whether it is news. Do you believe the audience is entitled to this information?
You are absolutely.
Yes.
Every citizen of India is entitled to ensure that the law of the land is followed. Now we need to put facts. Mr. Vivek has, last night only, he has admitted that this is a channel. One. Tata Sky CEO in his tweet admitted that this is a news service. There are only two categories in which a channel is categorized. One, news channel and current affair channel, and another is non-news channel and current affair. There is no third category which is invented by Namo TV. So this third category is not recognized by the law of the land. There has to be permission from INB Ministry, there has to be permission from MEA, there has to be a permission from Home Ministry. No such permission has come to the fore even after 36 hours. So if there is some permission, the channel, the DTH operator, Tata Sky or Ministry would have come to the fore and say this is a permission and the channel is being run lawfully. There is no such permission, and that's why nobody is coming.
Do you know for sure there is no permission?
Mr. Vivek,
Yes,
I need not to file an application. There is an issue. There is an admittance by Tata TV CEO. You yourself has admitted last night. And as far as
last question I want to place before the panel is this. Vivek Reddy, the use of the Prime Minister's... One second. Wait, 1 second, don't scream. Vivek Reddy, the use of the Prime Minister's photograph in the logo requires explicit permission of the Prime Minister's office, of the PMO. Do you know if this PMO permission has been handed out?
Well, I really don't know, but ultimately, Faye, we saw, you know,
so we don't know about any of the
whole frame of thing is this. Let us not get entangled with the shadows and forget the substance.
Can I make one
What is the substance? The substance is this, that you are putting out content on the achievements of a person, on the achievements of a government.
No, that's not how it, you know, Vivek Reddy, let me tell you, Vivek Reddy, let me tell you, as someone who works in a television channel, that would be an ideal situation for me to look at, but no, there are rules, there are regulations, there is a process that needs to be followed. There's an entire ministry that looks into the day-to-day running of television channels. It's not as simple as, oh, because I believe I'm putting out the truth, I can do whatever I want. No, there is a law to be followed. Especially during elections, the law becomes even more important. And there is a reason why we have an election code. The election code is put out in order to ensure free and fair elections, the basis of our democracy. Free and fair elections ensures that we as voters, have the right to decide and all of the information that we need in order to make a good decision. That we are not being lied to, we're not being influenced, we're not being pushed in any direction using emotion, our caste or our religion, or the emotion for somebody else's caste or religion. There is a code that is put out by the Election Commission and it's there for a reason, but it doesn't seem like any of the politicians across any of the parties are taking this code seriously. We, as voters, need to take the code seriously. The code is freely available on the internet. Please look for it. It is the Election Model Code of Conduct 2019 released by the Election Commission. Read it. As soon as you read it, you will understand why that code exists and you will be able to tell for yourself who's following the code and who is not. Use that information when you vote. Thanks for watching.